Hi folks, Bay State Yankee here. I was sitting here thinking that I could go for a pot of Boston baked beans. Takes a little bit to make them. I have to soak them overnight. So I'll start tonight and I'll soak the beans and I'll show you the process how we go through it. Um, it does take quite a while cooking tomorrow, probably 6 hours, and then a little bit to fix them, but um, I think it's well worth it. Plus, being Thursday night and tomorrow Friday, that's typically the day that colonies would do their baked beans. And then on Saturday, they didn't have to cook; they had it all left over. Had something to do with the Sabbath, and we don't really follow that too much anymore. But we do like baked beans, and so that's what we're gonna do. I've also got some brown bread. We'll make some Saturday night specials later on. That's fun to watch and fun to eat. So stick around and get yourself a cup of coffee and let's go to it. Okay, I've got all my stuff for the beans here. I've got my baked beans, which have been soaked. I've got my pot. I've got chopped onion. I've got my spice, ground mustard, salt, pepper. I've got molasses. I have a dark maple syrup, brown sugar, and sweet pickle juice. I'm going to get all this stuff in the pot, all mixed up together, and then get it in the oven. But first, I'm going to show you how I soak the beans. I'm using a 1-pound bag of the Goya brand navy beans. I put them in a Dutch oven and I covered them with about 2 inches of water. They'll sit there overnight with the cover on and they'll swell up. Okay, I start with getting my beans into the pot. They like to escape. I don't want to let them. Once I got them in there, then I add my onion. And the chunks look a little big, but they cook down, soften up real good, and sometimes even disintegrate, so that works. And then there's no certain order on how you put the rest of the stuff in. There's my brown sugar, the maple syrup. I sprayed the cups here with vegetable spray, food spray. It helps to evacuate the cup better. In case you're wondering why it looks so easy. Oh, that smell of molasses. And then my spice, put that in there. And then the sweet pickle juice. I put 2 tablespoons of this. Now you might be wondering, well, what if I don't have sweet pickle juice? Well, when we can pickles, it always seems like we have extra juice left once we've run out of cube slices. So I can up small little jars of that stuff, put it on the shelf for the occasion where I don't happen to have the juice. Or if you don't can, if you purchase your juice, just save that juice in a jar. The jar it came from, really. And then keep it in the fridge. And then when you make your beans, you just throw a couple tablespoons of that in there. It's got a lot of flavor. There's no use wasting it. Being a Yankee, we don't like to waste things, so that's what we do with it. Well, the old timers did it. The new timers don't usually do that. Now they're real dry in here now. But what I did was I saved the water from when I soaked them. And I'm going to put that in there. This is my water. I'm going to put it in so it just covers the beans. Because you're steaming them, you're not really, they say baking them, but you're really steaming these things. Mix it up and get that water down in there. And they look real white right now, but they'll brown up. I start with the top on. This is the bean pot I got from my father. I have no idea how old it is, but it's got a lot of good memories, and so I use it. All right, now it's going into the oven. I've got my oven set at 300. It's about 8:30 now. I'm running a little late. Take that pot, put it right in there, right in the middle. And that'll stay there for up to 6 hours. Periodically I'll take it out, stir it, check it. Once the beans seem soft enough, I'll remove the cover to brown them up real nice. So we'll just keep checking back. Okay, here we go. 6 hours in the oven, and there's the beans. Let me show you what they look like here. They're nice and brown, soft. They actually get mushy. There's a little fluid at the bottom, but perfect, just the way I like it. Now, I mentioned Saturday night specials. That's simply a sandwich made with the brown bread and with baked beans on it. This is my go-to for brown bread, B&M. They do such a good job, it's hard to really match it for me. I don't have it that often, so I'm the only one in the household that likes it. So this is what I get. You simply take the ends off, both ends of the can off like that, and then just press it out. It's a little stiff at first. Use a knife sometimes. Just work it out. The old timers would make their own, and they would utilize coffee cans, and they would steam it. A lot of people still do that, but this is the way I prefer to go. And then you just slice it. Just like this. A good thick slice. There. usually you wait till your beans are really cold. They're actually easier to spread and they stay on better. But for the sake of the video, and that's it. That is a Saturday night special. These were served usually on Saturday nights, obviously, and the beans would be cold. The housewives wouldn't be cooking, so this is what everybody got. Baked bean sandwich. That's what they call them sometimes in the diner. But Saturday night specials were the old name. So that's about it. Hope you try to make these and enjoy them as much as I do. Until again, we'll see you on our next video. We'll be doing pickled eggs and a few other items that the Yankees like. But so check out my other videos. Thank you.